TGBTG. To God be the glory. Once again, happy Lenten season, brothers and sisters. Interestingly, last week after Mass, someone said to me, "Father, why does God really tempt us?" And instantaneously and unflinchingly, I said, no, God does not tempt. God puts us to the test. This can be parallel to that of a child being tested at the end of a semester or a term. Why do we test our children? Well, it is to see how much they've learned, to help bring out their character, to see how much they have assimilated and how well they can use what they've learned. So the purpose of testing is to bring out the best. The purpose of testing is to help character growth and maturity. And so the tester has an aim, and that is for the elevation. On the flip side, the tempter, the purpose of the tempter is to make you fall, to bring you down, to make you become less. That is the aim, that's the intention of the tempter. And so God cannot tempt, because God does not seek to bring us down. God seeks to elevate and allow us to become the best version of ourselves. And that is why James says to us, James chapter 1, verse 13, that God does not tempt. And so I'd like you to do some reflection today, understanding in the line of James that God does not tempt. God does not intend to bring us down. So God, we understand, test and not tempt. And so I want you to take this a little further and understand that the tempter, the devil, does his homework. So he understudies you. So two things you ought to know are your strength and your weaknesses. Because that's where the devil is going to hit you, where you're weak, not where you're strong. And notice what he does. He goes to Christ at the end of the 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, fasting. So obviously Christ is hungry and weak. He's vulnerable. And so the devil pounces. But much more than that, he goes to the very core of Jesus' ministry. The three temptations are calculated. The first temptation, turn the bread, turn the stones into bread. Don't suffer. You have the power. Why? Christ came to be a suffering Messiah, that by his stripes we would be healed. By his crucifixion, death, and resurrection, we would be saved and sanctified. And so he's saying to Christ, don't suffer. Take the easy way out. Well, had Christ not suffered, you and I would not be free and not have been given the second chance that we have today. The second temptation has to do with faith. Hebrews 11:6 says, it is impossible to please God without faith. And so he's saying to the devil, don't allow them to believe in you as the Messiah. Just simply do magic and they'll follow you. Jump from the pinnacle of the temple. Oh yes, hundreds of people will follow you. Not because of who you are as the Messiah, not because they believe in you as the God, as God made man, as the incarnation, but for the miracle, for the magic that you can do. And the third temptation, all these I will give you, the kingdom of the world I will give you. Hello, but Jesus' kingdom is not of this earth. When Pilate questioned him, he said, my kingdom is not of the earth. Jesus' kingdom is a kingdom of love, justice, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, we see clearly the devil comes to us having studied who we are, where we are, and he uses temptations at the very root of our lives, of our ministries, of our calling, to destroy us. And so let us ask God's grace to be wise. Let us ask God's grace to deal with the root of our lives, knowing our strength and our weaknesses. Let us ask God's grace of strength and insight so that we can be strong when needed. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.